Hey, what's going on? So I decided that I wanted to make a video about the Batman because I've seen it two times now, once in regular theaters and once in IMAX. And the Batman is probably one of the best Batman films made ever. The aesthetic, the dark vibes of it. It's very Batman the animated series in a way, but also like has the same level of realism that Nolan's films have. So it's like comic booky, but then like realistic at the same time. As realistic as a film like that can be. And I like it better than the Nolan films in a way, just because Gotham feels like Gotham. My biggest issue with the Nolan films is Gotham just feels like a normal city. It doesn't have like a distinct look or vibe about it. It could really be filmed in any city in America. Well, not any city, but you know what I mean. And I do think Robert Pattinson works pretty well as Batman. He has like the perfect face for it. Like his jaw is like a living embodiment of the Batman animated series in terms of the angular, over the top, like chiseled jawline. It's next level. And the mask just accentuates it in like a perfect way. So that's pretty sick. Yeah. And I don't really know how to talk to the camera, so yeah. What else? Yeah, there was that woke comment from Zoe Kravitz. Very ironic to have her delivering that line, given that she's like one of the most privileged people like in the entire world, born into basically Hollywood royalty. She's very talented, at least in this role. I didn't really like her acting before. I've never seen her in anything that really like impressed me, but I think she pulled off Catwoman very well in this. But yeah, that little white privilege line was just thrown in there, and I wonder if it was Matt Reeves that wrote that, or Zoe Kravitz is like, oh, I just need to throw this in. The film was good enough to just have that as a throwaway and like ignore it, but it's kind of ironic. Catwoman saying that to Bruce Wayne, who had his parents murdered in front of him and his life seriously messed up, even though yeah, he is super rich, but still, it's kind of just doesn't really work with the mythology and story of Batman for her to be saying that to him. Like, just kind of stupid. Like, that's just gonna turn a lot of fans off. And I feel like a lot of fans just ignored it because the film was so good, especially in its aesthetics, which is like 90% of what Batman is, in my opinion, is the look and feel and the vibe. And that's why the animated series is so good and so classic and so timeless. What else? What other villains do I want to see in the future? Clayface. I don't know how they could do that in a realistic way, but I feel like they should try. They could do the way like The Thing is, the special effects from The Thing, but just like modernize it. And then Scarecrow, obviously. That'd be utterly insane and probably terrifying to see in the Matt Reeves world. And then Mad Hatter. You could have like mind-controlled Alice's running like a prostitution ring or something. That'd be sick. And then Man-Bat. Probably all characters that Matt Reeves will never do because it's not realistic enough. But I feel like there's a way of doing fantastical characters or supernatural characters in a realistic way. Like, you can do it. So there was some symbolism in the film with the Riddler referring to Judgment Day is coming. I think that's what he was saying. And leading to the bombing of the ocean wall. Is that what we call it? I don't know what I'm talking about. That flooded the city. Obviously that was meant to be like a biblical flooding, the cleansing of the sins of the city, or the sins of the father for Bruce Wayne. So for anybody who's played the Telltale games, the Riddler was kind of similar in this, where he took on a Saw or Jigsaw type of role. He's way more brutal in the Telltale games, actually, but yeah, in the Telltale games, they actually go with the Wayne family actually being fully corrupt. And I thought they were going to do that in the Batman, but then they just kind of, they hinted at it and then they like pulled back and downplayed it, and like Thomas Wayne apparently is not corrupt, or not intentionally corrupt in the Batman, spoiler. And but in the Telltale, he's like full on runs Arkham Asylum in order to create like MK Ultra mind control victims that do his bidding. So my favorite scene in the movie was probably the Batmobile scene. The entire theater felt like it was literally shaking. It was pretty intense. The audio in that was actually better in the non-IMAX version that I saw, because I feel like the IMAX theater was so big that the sound wasn't as concentrated. And I know Batman, he probably didn't have to actually chase the Penguin at that time and get like probably 200 people killed on the freeway, but it was worth it because it was building towards probably one of the most classic and timeless scenes Batman has ever had. I say that now, and obviously not much time has passed, but in terms of Batman aesthetic imagery, that Penguin chase scene and when his car is flipped upside down and Batman's walking towards him, that's gonna be like, that's timeless. So yeah, this movie felt like it was a combination of the Arkham games, the Telltale games, the Batman animated series, the Nolan films in its sense of realism. Yeah, it was just a good combination. I recently saw the Joker deleted scene and I'm kind of, I don't know about it. Looks like Leatherface or something to me. It's a little too grotesque for my liking. I feel like Bill Skarsgård or Crispin Glover would have been a better choice. Like a handsome, creepy, tall and lanky Joker. I would have liked to have seen that. I feel like that'd be more comic accurate. Like, Matt Reeves said that this version of the Joker didn't fall into a vat of acid or chemicals, and he has like a genetic smiling disorder, but it looks like he fell into a vat of chemicals or acid with that deleted scene, so I'm kind of confused on that. And the smile really like hardly looks like a Joker smile to me. It just looks like tumors growing around his mouth. I don't know. I'll give it a chance, but I feel like they're pressured to reinvent Joker so much that it's like, it's so far away from original Joker that it's like he literally looks like Clayface transforming in the middle of a transformation. Like his face is like literally bubbling. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people strongly disagree with me because it seems most people like it, but I don't get it. I don't know why they cast that actor to be the Joker. I really do not understand. And I hope that they can make it work because I really like the Batman, but I am glad that they didn't put that scene into the film because it gave away so much. Like Joker just hit on the head pretty much the entire plot of the film and just gave it away. It would have worked as an end credits scene because you already know the outcome of the film. So thanks for listening to me rant or talk about the Batman, even though I really didn't say much because I don't know how to do this. I usually go off of a script and write things down because I just start rambling and talking about nothing. So thanks for watching me. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. Thank you very much, and bye.
Feel justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?